In today's headlines, Cần Thơ City's People's Committee has organized the implementation of Directive number 112 of the Education and Training Ministry on some major tasks in this new school year. The issuance of certificate of origin got a sudden increase in last August in Cần Thơ City. ST25, a high-end rice variety produced in Vietnam, was used to cook lunch at the Japanese Cabinet Office. Hello, it's good to see you back here in this edition of Cần Thơ News and Top News today. Together with students across the nation, on September 5th, more than 252,000 students of all grades in Cần Thơ City begin the new school year of 2022-2023. Preparing for the new school year, Cần Thơ City People's Committee has organized the implementation of Directive number 112 of Cần Thơ City's Education and Training Department on major tasks in this new school year. Some of these are perfecting mechanisms improving performance in educational management, effectively carrying out the preschool, secondary school, and regular education curricula, performing the administrative renovation in the whole sector. The chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee assigns the Education and Training Department to combine with People's Committees of urban and suburban districts and relevant units to organize the implementation of major tasks following the above-mentioned directive, while advising on issues within their power to the City People's Committee. The issuance of the certificates of origin, or CO for short, got a sudden increase in last August in Cần Thơ City. A certificate of origin is a document declaring in which country a commodity or good was manufactured. In August, competent centers of Cần Thơ City received and issued a total of 1,576 documents for granting certificate of origin, a rise of 335 documents against the same period of 2021. Of the issued certificates of origins, 639 are of businesses in Cần Thơ City, a rise of 108 against previously. The total goods export turnover gained by issued CO was approximately over $139 million, a rise of nearly $39 million against the same period of 2021. Accumulatively, in 8 months of 2022, Cần Thơ City has received and issued over 12,000 documents of CO, with the total goods export turnover being over $1 billion. Of the figure, more than 4,600 documents were of businesses in Cần Thơ City. Sources from the General Statistics Office said in 8 months of 2022, the whole country's import-export turnover stood at $497,640 million, a rise of 15.5% against the same period last year. The commodity export turnover in 8 months was estimated at nearly $251 billion, up by over 17% against the same period last year. Of the figure, export turnover of domestic session stood at $66,140 million, a rise of over 18%, making up over 26% of the total export turnover. Foreign investment session stood at $185 billion, a rise of 17%, making up nearly 74%. Regarding the import of goods, in 8 months of 2022, import turnover was estimated at nearly $247 billion, a rise of nearly 14% against the corresponding period last year. Regarding the structure of import groups, the group of production materials made up 94%, raw materials made up nearly 50%, and customer products 6%. The price of raw material traffic in Mekong localities is now increasing between 3,500 and 4,000 Vietnam dong 1 kilogram against the price 1 month earlier. The price of standard traffic sold by farmers for business stands at between 30,000 and 35,000 Vietnam dong 1 kilogram. Farmers can get a profit of between 3,000 and 6,000 Vietnam dong 1 kilogram. The increase of raw material traffic results from the acceleration of procurement to serve export processing and prepare goods stocks for the year-end market. This year's autumn-winter rice crop in Kansas City increases in the area, but reduces by around 5% against 2021. This shows that farmers want to pass floodwater and alluvial soil through their paddy fields. In this year's autumn-winter rice crop, nearly 67,000 hectares have been transplanted, up 14% in the plant, but down more than 3,100 hectares in area. The reduction results from the increase in cost of agricultural materials, plant protection medicine, petroleum serving watering, shortage of workforce, and decrease in price of rice. This causes worry about the low profit. On the other hand, some farmers have changed their crops into vegetable and other plants. ST25, a high-end rice variety produced in Vietnam, was used to cook lunch for the first time at the Japanese Cabinet Office on Friday, according to Vietnam Trade Office in Japan. Vietnamese commercial counselor in Japan Ta Đức Minh said that this is the efforts exerted by Nico Trust, a big supplier of rations for schools, working offices in Japan, to put ST25 rice variety into kitchens of the Japanese cabinet to make food for employees of this office. ST25 is Vietnam's well-known fragrant rice variety, with its quality having been confirmed in the international market when excellently winning the prize for the best rice in the world in 2019 and being trusted by many consumers. On September 4th, Cần Thơ City's Culture, Sports and Tourism Department organized the opening of the second National Composite Boat Race 2022 along Khai Luang Canal in Cái Khế Road, Ninh Kiều Upper District. This year's race had a competition of more than 70 athletes from 10 clubs from An Giang, Bắc Ninh, Cà Mau, Đà Nẵng, Kiên Giang, Long An, and Cần Thơ City. Especially Cần Thơ City and Cà Mau province had 2 units in competition. This year, racers could equip means by themselves or use means equipped by the organizing board to compete in the 600-meter distance on a 5.9-meter composite boat, 07 HP petrol engine, AB propeller. Racers were divided into groups, 4 racers each, to single out the first and second races of each group, and then 4 races to enter the final round. The total value of awards was more than 150 million Vietnam dong, in which first winner backed 50 million Vietnam dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, along with many localities across the country, Cần Thơ is also being chosen by international tourists as their destination after Vietnam reopened to international tourism. According to tourism service businesses, in the past 2 weeks, the number of international visitors has increased significantly. More to follow in traveling around Cần Thơ this week.
Located near Cái Răng Floating Market, Sao Hoài Noodle Factory is always a stopover for international tourists when visiting and relaxing in Cần Thơ. According to this establishment, in the past 2 weeks, the number of international visitors coming to visit and experience making rice noodles has increased significantly, not only in terms of visitors, but also in the number of countries.
The number of tourists is gradually increasing, reaching up to 70 to 80% as compared to before the pandemic. Tourists come from as many countries as before the pandemic.
Because I'm from Europe and we don't have it. We don't have a farm like this. Experience for me to do the rice noodle making. I never saw it before, and it was very interesting.
I think of Kansas City as a really nice place. It's beautiful, and you have this kind of water market. I don't know. So I think Kansas City is also beautiful.
It is estimated that in August, Cần Thơ welcomes over 372,000 visitors. Accommodation businesses served more than 222,000 visitors. In particular, the number of international visitors has shown signs of recovery. In the past 2 weeks, we welcomed a lot of European visitors. Room occupancy up to 100% at the weekends and 70% during the weekdays proves that.
We wanted to visit it before, but then it was COVID and now it was possible. The first year it was possible again, so we decided to risk it.
Collectively, from the beginning of the year, the total number of visitors to the city is estimated at more than 3.9 million, up 91% over the same period. Accommodation businesses served 1,640,000 visitors, an increase of 98% over the same period. Total revenue from tourism reached 2,680 million Vietnam dong, reaching nearly 79% of the plan, up 104% over the same period. The fact that international tourists continue to choose Cần Thơ as a destination will be a condition for the city's tourism ministry to continue to recover, contributing to socio-economic development after the pandemic.
The updated weather forecast also wrapped up this edition of Continuous. If you want to watch again in this bulletin, please log on to our website, kênh TV.vn. And thanks for being with us. Goodbye and see you next time.